everyone, I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Brandon. And we're the
Wagners. We're a husband-wife duo who travel all around the country since 2021 for Brandon's travel nursing job.
We love hiking, car camping, new cities, and of course, the best food and drink. Along with adventure, we always look for ways to keep our travel budget-friendly.
So pack your bags and join us as we wander together. Hey Wanderers! Welcome back to another video. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Brandon.
And we are currently living in Seattle, Washington in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. We're both off this weekend, so we thought we'd take some time to explore more of the Pacific Northwest. So right now we are in Oregon, specifically Wakena Falls. We're about an hour and a half outside of Portland right now. So we're kind of making like a big circle, getting some of the exciting stops that we've heard about that we haven't been to yet. So stay tuned for the rest of the stops on our trip. And this is, well, we went to Mount St. Helens, but we couldn't see that much because it's winter time, as you might tell. So we couldn't get a great vantage point, but we'll have a little bit of that. So this is our first longer stop at Wakena Falls. Okay, so I messed up a little bit when I was speaking. So we were trying to go to Multnomah Falls, and this Multnomah Falls is the one you're actually seeing. When we parked, the GPS said we were there, and I saw a sign for Wakena Falls. But then as we were hiking, we kind of saw another waterfall, so we got in the car and drove just a few feet down, and then that was Multnomah Falls. So Multnomah Falls is a little bigger. Wakena Falls is right next to it. But what you're seeing now is all Multnomah Falls. So Multnomah Falls is really pretty. It's 620 feet high. And then you can hike to the top, and that hike is 2.4 miles. It's kind of a difficult hike. It's kind of steep, so I wouldn't maybe bring children, or especially not strollers on this. Dogs would probably be okay, and then if you have joint problems, maybe sit this one out. The view from the top is all right, but honestly it's a lot better from the bottom, so don't feel bad if you skip this hike. But definitely a great stop just to see, and there's free parking right across the street in a parking lot because there's a little gift shop and restaurant there. Okay, so our waterfall hike it got darker faster than we thought. So we were planning to make dinner at our campsite, but we didn't really want to cook in the dark in a new spot. So we just went to a diner, got some dinner, and then we head to our campsite. And let's show you a little bit around our campsite. So we have, you might have seen our Highlander video, but we actually brought our Prius for this camping excursion. And Brandon will tell you more about that.
Yeah, so our Prius is actually a really, really good setup, and it was part of our decision in buying the Prius. We're going to make a separate video on it here in a second, but let me flip you around if there's a way to do that. So this is actually the second time we're camping out of our Prius, and this is a new car for us. We just bought this car, and part of the reason of why we bought it is because of these abilities. So one, it's a hatchback, which lets us get in and out easier and gives us a little bit more versatility. You can see in here we have a full-size, it's an air mattress, but it's a full-size length bed pretty much, and it's a queen. We have a hybrid, which is really, really important because it lets us keep the car running all night. So you can see around here, there's a ton of snow, and it's cold. It's 30 degrees. But we were sweating in there because we had the car running and the heat on all night long. And it was less than 1 tick of gas. We drove for an hour and got here, kept it running all night, and it was only 1 tick of gas. So we have the bed here. We have all of our storage helping to support the bed because it does come in a little bit short. So we have our storage there. We have the cooler on the other side, and then we watched a movie. We had the movie up here. We had the sound through the speakers, and worked out really well. We did make these window covers. You can see from the outside. This one looks totally black. This one I didn't get the fabric on yet, so you can kind of see the difference here. But I put a fabric on these. It's just Reflectix. And then the Reflectix, you can see, Reflectix, and then the Reflectix has this black fabric on top. So we made that to help kind of keep the heat from not running so much, and then have everything else. We have all of our creature comforts. You can see we're not quite set up for breakfast yet, but we're gonna have eggs. We have fruit. We have yogurt. We have granola, homemade protein balls, coffee, the whole 9 yards. So not skipping out on any of our creature comforts, but yeah.
So the plan for today, we're going to go to the Tillamook Creamery. So I'm sure I've mentioned we're from Pennsylvania, and I only started seeing Tillamook on the East Coast like pretty recently, and I had no idea it was like a place. So I actually met someone here who said he was from Tillamook, and I instantly was like, wait, like the ice cream? So there's a creamery here, so we're going to do a tour and tasting of the creamery, and then later we're going to go to Haystack Rock from the Goonies and that beach there, and I think that's going to be it for our little weekend trip.
Yep.
So let's go to get some ice cream.
Let's show ya.
The Tillamook Creamery was my favorite part of our Oregon trip. We had so much fun. So I thought that it was an ice cream tasting, but it was actually cheese, which is no problem by me. And you can still get cheese there, or ice cream there. So it's a win-win. But it's only $10, and you get a factory tour and a cheese tasting. And then you can do a self-guided tour for free, but I would definitely recommend paying the $10 and getting the cheese. You get special like aged cheese that they don't even like sell in stores, like it's only available at the creamery. So I would definitely do that. It is well worth it. So I took some notes, so I'll share those with you. The town of Tillamook has more cows than people, and there are 63 farmers that are part of their Tillamook organization, and altogether they make 170,000 pounds of cheddar cheese daily, and that's like at the factory there. So for 10 pounds of milk, makes only 1 pound of cheddar cheese. The only thing, I thought this was so interesting, I don't know why, but the only thing that's added to like sharper cheese is it's aged for longer. So if you get like extra sharp, that just means it's like more aged, which I had no idea. So the rooms that they make the cheese in are kept at 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And then if there's any waste, like fallen cheese, it's used as feed for the cows. They have a cheese storage that is 90 feet tall and has 35 to 37 million pounds of cheese. And then they wanted us to mention that quality is the most important, and happy cows make more and better milk. So I would definitely recommend this stop for anybody. It's good for kids. It's good for cheese-loving adults like myself. They have a little like cafe where you can we got a flight of ice cream, so you got to pick like 3 kinds that you want. You get like a small amount of each one. We also got the cheddar cheese curds, the fried cheese curds. They were so good. I think I'm like a little lactose intolerant, but like worth it. This stop is so fun, and you get to have you get to learn a lot and just have a lot of fun. Okay, movie lovers, who can tell me where we are? This is Haystack Rock from the Goonies. So we're in Oregon. This is Cannon Beach. This is a long coastline that has different names, but this part that we're on right now is Cannon Beach.
Yep. Yeah, I don't remember the exact statistic, but I think this is like the longest drivable beach or the longest continuous beach or something like that in the U.S. or in the world. Maybe we'll attach exactly what the stat is there, but there's something notable about this beach, and it's very, very long from what I could see driving up. And it's most Pacific Northwest beaches aren't so sandy, but this one is definitely a sandy beach. It's really cool because you have like these massive mountains in the background. We'll link to some B-roll, but massive mountains in the background, and we see a bunch of like fog and stuff on it. It's just a really unique type of beach, one that we're not used to.
And this is pretty far out because the ground is really wet. Like the water line's actually like way up there. So it looks like normally there's way less beach and we wouldn't be able to get this close. So, I mean, it was purely an accident, but we got here at a good time.
Yeah, we're able to walk all the way up to the boulders.
Yeah.
So, really neat.
Yeah, let's go take a look.
All right.
So I did a little digging and it looks like we might have been a little confused about our stats of Cannon Beach. So I guess we were just looking at the wrong one. But Cannon Beach is actually only 4 miles. You cannot drive on it. And the longest drivable beach, at least in Oregon, is the Long Beach Peninsula. So I'm not really sure what we were looking at, but sorry for any miscommunication we might have caused. But anyway, this is definitely still a great stop. If you are like into movies, like a lot of my family members really like to go see like scenes from movies. So this is the one from the Goonies. But even if you don't care about that, it's just really cool to see like the huge rock on the beach. And like I said, the tide was pretty low when we were there, so we could go like all the way up. And it was actually really cool. There was, I guess, like just a volunteer at the beach, or I don't know if it was staff, but someone actually came up to us and just like asked if we had any questions about the beach. So I think they might have been doing some sort of like conservation awareness or something like that. But it was really cool that they just came up and like asked us if we had any questions or anything. But it's super pretty. So not only do you have the cool rocks on the beach, if you turn around, you can see all the mountains in the distance. And when we went, it was kind of like a rainy fall day, and it was really cool. But that pretty much wraps it up for our Oregon trip. We had a really great time. We'll have more Pacific Northwest content for you guys soon. So if you like this, please like and subscribe so we can travel with you again. And hope to see you soon. Bye, everyone.